We're back. We're here for another awesome edition coming to you live. Can I say that?
It's live.
Yeah.
It's not. It's live for us, but it won't be live.
And it'll be live when they watch it.
Yeah, and you don't get to chime in yet. I'm your host for today.
Puts on a jacket and gets all aggressive.
Mario Orico with my usual co-host and cohort.
What'd you call me?
Cohort.
Don't you dare.
Nikki James Boyle. Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's cold in here.
It's always cold in here.
I know. But it's good. It's a good day.
Thus the jacket.
So you know the secrets.
Well, I just was lazy. I didn't want to take out my work jacket.
Is that an actual pocket square or is that a hanky?
You know, it's sewed into the jacket. It's Hugo Boss, so you know it's good.
So it's fake.
Yeah, there's nothing to pull here.
Wow.
It's like a tease. I know. Right.
Is that even allowed?
Well, we're gonna get away with it today. I should probably introduce our guest who tried to rudely interject before he was introduced. We are here today with the one, the only, what's his name?
Zach
Zachary Altenbach.
Zah.
Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That wasn't very convincing.
I am happy to be alive.
Good.
Nice. That's a good
Still
answer.
not convincing.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. It's beautiful outside.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Why? It's kind of muggy.
It's a little muggy. We got that, fall in the morning, and then by noon you're sweating a lot. And it's end of October in Jacksonville.
Saturday sucked. It was beautiful during the day or in the morning, and I went out, had a pair of jeans on. By midday, the denim was like sticking to my sweaty legs.
Yeah, your socks were wet.
My socks were wet. Yeah. I wasn't anticipating talking about sweaty denim legs on the podcast today, though.
I was hoping, if I get sweaty, I was going to use your hanky to wipe off.
But now it's fake. You can't.
fake.
You just
can't
wipe
do
your
it.
forehead to
We're
my
stuck.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I get up in the middle, that's what's going on here. Just trying to.
Fun fact about Zach. Well, I think it's fun. It's not that fun. Zach actually was on the original podcast. The original iteration was called Legal Vibes.
It was?
You were one of the co-hosts.
Very vibey.
And they said, it sucks, get him off. And we revamped it to what it is today.
Yeah.
So we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
To their chagrin. They don't know you're here.
I snuck in, what is it?
Through the air vents, like
the
Die
air
Hard.
vents. Yeah, just like Die Hard. Yeah.
Cole has locked the doors from the inside.
We're stuck.
We are stuck.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting in here.
Do you have any snacks?
Or getting out.
Because it's going to be a while before we get out.
I didn't bring any snack. I got some peppermints in my pocket.
Does that count as a snack?
Well, it's all I got.
Mints?
You walk around with peppermints? What are you, 80s?
Well,
Christmas?
Well, sometimes the stomach will get a little upset. You pop that peppermint,
So when you walk
calm
up,
that bad boy down.
When you're in Publix, okay, and you're at the line, right?
Yeah.
And you're looking at the magazines, you're like, oh, look, these two got conjoined twins all of a sudden. These two actors on those fake magazines.
What actors can join twins?
That's the point, is that those magazines are always fake.
Okay.
They make stuff up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then you're like, you know what? I could use some mint.
Yeah. Pepper.
Maybe I'll go.
Peppermint.
No.
You're not choosing gum or.
You know what's worse, though? They don't even have peppermints at the register. I can understand if it's like a guilty pleasure buy. Where do you buy peppermints now?
I have them shipped to me.
From the 1980s?
From the internet.
Yeah, Eastern Europe, I think.
Yeah.
somewhere.
These are special
look
peppermints.
Are they the
European.
red and white circular?
Oh yeah.
You're like an elf, a jolly elf.
You just keep the what are those things called that you put on Christmas trees?
Candy canes.
Candy canes.
Hey,
Yeah.
So
wow.
is it mints in one pocket and Werther's originals in the other? What's going on?
No, I keep those in my bag.
Gotcha.
Ah, smart.
In your man bag.
My man bag.
Those can be
my
melty.
fanny pack.
Nice. Actually, the thing I love most about you, Zach, and there's a lot to love, your love for the 80s.
I do love the 80s.
Because you were born relatively early. Like, when were you born?
I was born in the 80s, 1988, so I had a little taste of the 80s.
You
But
really grew up in the 80s.
what about you?
91.
91, yeah.
93 for me.
93,
It's a
wow.
world.
Just a Bible.
I can't. Sometimes I don't understand, Nick. All I hear is.
I hung out with
Is
someone
that me
last
or is that
week.
you?
That's you, man. Hey, you tell that attorney. And then Zach will come in. Hey, here's a little mint, little
Yeah,
guy.
I'm glad you think of me as so young and
Vibrant.
vibrant. That's a good word.
Yeah. I hung out with someone that was born in the year 2000 last week. It just blew my mind.
What did you guys talk about?
Star Wars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say Star Wars singular?
A Star War, yeah. I mean, if you're if you're going to talk about one of the movies,
Oh, wait, hang on. I got to ask. They're probably of the opinion that the prequels are the best, right?
they do like the prequels, and they did tell me like
That's just good,
seeing
man.
the sequels
It's just good.
was like this nostalgic high school event for them.
High school event.
High school event.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I am old.
So that was an experience for me too, though.
High school?
High school?
Not the originals. We were children.
No. We're talking about original. I thought you said prequels.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're talking sequels. This was a high school event.
Right, like
for
he
this-
got to
Oh, I
see
got.
it,
Yeah, you're right. I got
Yeah.
confused between
You
prequel and
probably
sequel.
saw the originals, but when you saw them, you were like,
I thought you were talking about the sequels, the ones made more recent.
oh,
Yes.
the sequel. So okay, yes.
Yeah, the better ones than
That
the
But
prequels.
that was post high school too.
Wait, no, I'm not. Am I thinking about this? No, you guys are talking about what 1 through 3
Yeah.
No,
as
we're-
prequels.
No, we're talking 7 through 9 is this guy's high school experience.
Oh, I thought his
yeah.
high school experience was the originals. Like he didn't get to the originals until
Wait, originals is in 80s.
yes.
Yeah.
This
70s,
is all very
80s.
confusing.
Yes.
70s, 80s.
He was a Kylo Gylo.
He was.
I like Kylo Ren, okay?
Yeah.
And I like Rey. I think she's hot. I want her to train me. Can I say that?
In the
I
art
said
of
it.
in the art of what?
Anything.
Yeah.
You name it, and I want her to train me on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you think she'd take you even with a pocket square?
I think she'd take me with the tease of a pocket square.
Like, so she'll take you with the fake pockets.
I just want her to take me.
The
How about
character,
that?
right? Not the actress.
Both. Yeah, either one.
Oh, okay.
But no, I heard something egregious the other night. Actually, at a
Egregious?
Hallows Eve party that you were there at as well.
I was.
An individual said his favorite Star Wars was Episode 8, Last Jedi. So we will
Brutal.
just leave that there.
Brutal.
But yes, 80s culture, you love it. You like the music.
I love the music, love the movie. So let me ask y'all.
Okay.
I know y'all aren't children of the 80s. I was briefly. What's your favorite movie of the 80s?
Oof.
We'll start with comedy.
My favorite comedy movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I love Ferris. I think I see a little bit of myself in him. And
Skipping stuff.
just
Save
like
Ferris.
his energy.
Save Mario.
Ferris. Yeah. He did have I saw this as a kid. I had the biggest crush on his girl, Sloane Peterson. Just, teen heartthrob.
Oh, yeah.
Teen Mario was like, I need to date that girl. So to me, she, they're stuck in 1986. I would like to bet the actress was probably like 25 playing a 17-year-old.
Likely.
That's usually how it goes.
So I could justify it as an adult now watching
Right.
it. So, but Nick was not even a thought in his parents' mind when this movie came out.
When did it come out?
1986. Because
Yeah.
my parents planned for 5 years.
I don't think
Before
my
my
parents were
arrival.
even.
Like, we
I
are
don't think my
going,
parents were
right.
married yet.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen an 80s movie?
I really couldn't tell you if it was 80s or not. I have no idea.
Well, what do you think? Like, give us your idea of your favorite movie.
Of an 80s movie?
Yeah,
Oh man, can I have like multiple choice?
sure.
Okay, can you list them for
What do,
me?
what do we got? So
Well,
we're
the
going
best 80s movie ever, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
I've
Classic.
seen. I mean, yeah,
You got
it's cool.
Terminator, Blade Runner,
you got
got
you got a couple Star
Wars in
thrown
there.
I think. Well, you always hate my opinion, but I think those are crap anyway. But you got to give me more. You got to give me more.
We can't.
I mean,
I think
I
we
just.
pass.
Uncle Buck,
I
the
think we
John
pass.
Hughes
No
movie.
idea.
We pass. What's
Yeah,
yours?
I don't have a
Breakfast
favorite.
Club?
Nope.
No?
I mean, I've seen it. I mean,
Yeah, that
why
wouldn't
would
be
that be
my
my favorite?
Stranger Things.
A Strange Thing.
That came out in 2000.
I know, but they do a really good job setting the 80s.
Yeah.
They do. They do. A
I don't know.
beautiful job.
I don't have a
That's
favorite
okay.
80s movie.
That's okay. What about you, Cole?
What about you, Cole Brown?
Back to the Future holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm going to steal from the multiple choice. Can you imagine the power of riding a hover skateboard?
But why is that in your heart?
Because you can ride a hover skateboard.
Or the DeLorean you skipped over. I think back
How
to
about time travel?
No.
The floating
Hoverboard.
skateboard.
The hoverboard is what Cole wants. He doesn't care about the time travel.
Or did you see the self-tying shoes?
Self-tied
Yeah.
shoes.
They
Oh,
sell
Nikes,
they sell
they sell
those. You can
those.
buy them for like $30,000.
he's a sneakerhead.
No. These self-tied and they were cheap.
I think Back to the Future is the best 80s movie, and I think it's one of, if it doesn't happen, a lot of movies don't get made. But that's a pod for a different day.
I know it's considered one of the best films of all time.
Yeah.
Which one?
More like
Back to the
More
Future?
like of all time.
Yeah. Back to
I
the
remember being
Future.
so proud that Doc Brown is last name Brown, and it's revealing a little bit about myself.
There
But
you
I
go.
share
True.
that last name.
That's true.
Is he your uncle?
I think I always hoped he was
His
related. to me.
dad.
Ah,
What's yours, Zach?
that's tough. Favorite comedy? I do like Uncle Buck.
Okay.
What is that?
Uncle Buck
You want to explain that one to the baby?
is a.
Oh, that barely makes the 80s. 1989.
It does barely make the
Yeah,
80s.
it's John Candy, baby.
John Candy, yeah, it can't
Macaulay
go
Culkin.
wrong. Yeah. Basically, he's an uncle, doesn't have his life together. The
That's
parents
it.
of the kids
Good movie.
have to leave, and then Uncle Buck comes into the family, and then he becomes part of the family.
There you go.
It's beautiful. You're
So what
crying
else?
by the end.
What else do you
Favorite
like?
sci-fi, favorite action movies gotta be Terminator.
The original? No,
The-
it was 70s.
No, it's 1984, my friend.
Oh, I've seen this movie, Money Pit.
Oh,
That
that's-
kind of hits a little bit at home.
Tom
that was
Hanks.
close.
Yeah, Nick was close.
That was close. We flipped the house and it was close.
Wow.
Yeah.
Terminator. So if you listen to our Unispod, that's going to happen with AI.
That we're gonna just get destroyed by.
So we should just also choose the Terminator.
Yeah,
So that,
I like the first
Yeah.
Terminator better anyway, so Arnold.
I think the first Terminator is the only one made in the 80s.
Wow.
We might need to fact check me. I think Terminator 2 might be 91.
It is 91. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, 80s. Keeping it with the 80s.
Yeah.
Is that when
We're-
burgers and shakes were a thing too?
Sure, yeah. There still are, my friend. Burgers and shakes.
Like a drive-in, drive-up?
Yeah.
Am I too?
No, that's like the 50s.
I know. I'm just-
Yeah.
It all sounds the same to me. 80s, 50s. It's all
You're
the
such a
same.
baby.
I am on the Reddit 80s
Yeah.
subreddit. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Do you have to verify that you were born in the 80s?
So,
Yeah. Well, and someone always posts a picture of McDonald's, and it's all like brown. And they're like, I don't think people appreciate how brown the 80s were. Which always fascinates me because it's like, you think 80s, you think neon,
Right,
you think
right.
spandex.
Miami Vice colors.
Right.
Miami Vice. And I would maybe argue, is that more 90s than
okay.
80s?
Okay. So
don't know.
brown.
Yeah, the
lot of-
Saved by the Bell kind of era.
Saved
Yeah,
by the Bell,
it's
early
90s.
90s.
Everything
Early
bright.
90s, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you practice law in this universe or this timeline, I should say, a decade? Or are you in the 80s?
Nothing but 80s for me.
Are
All
you?
80s law books. I don't even use a computer.
You don't?
Y'all have computers. Look.
Look at this guy.
Brought it.
He
pen and paper, my
refused to
friend.
get a cell phone.
Pen and
Yeah.
paper.
And that's going to shamelessly lead me into our next segment of the show.
Segue God.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is the Legal Corner, presented by Farah and Farah, which was actually founded a year before 1980, 1979.
Wow.
So we're shocked that you're even able to work for such a firm.
I know.
But you had a passionate, a topic that you were passionate about from the 1980s, and it had to do with, well, this is going to sound, with kids.
Yeah,
kids.
It has to do with advertising, actually, and the law surrounding that, and TV.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. The stage is yours.
Okay, so in the 1960s, the FTC,
Which, of course, is...
Federal Trade Commission,
Okay.
made a bunch of rules surrounding television and basically said, look, you can't advertise to children. We've concluded that children don't know the difference between entertainment and a commercial. All right.
Was this children at what ages? Did they define this?
I don't know if I think it was just children of all ages.
And also, how are they getting these numbers? Like how, what are they
They're
knocking door to door and going,
pulling
hey,
the
do your
children.
kids know the difference between commercials and non-commercials?
I'm
And
sure
like,
they're just showing kids like, hey, what is this? And if it's like, hey, is this a story or is this...
You're telling me a
something about-
5-year-old kid can't tell the difference between a commercial and a TV show?
I have no...
And you, Nick? Seeing how you're so young.
I really don't know.
Yeah, so that was the 60s. I think it was like the boom of television, right? Where color television, Elvis in color.
Funny enough, a lot of the baby boomers were born.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the 70s, the FTC is like, let's look at this a little bit deeper. So
Okay.
they hire some people to study it, probably to verify this information.
Dr. Seuss, probably.
They had over 6,000 people testify about this, saying, hey, this is not a good idea. Because again, kids don't know the difference.
Okay.
All right. And so the FTC's like, all right, we got it. We're going to start writing some rules that is going to limit these advertisers.
But also, why? Who cares? What was the problem with kids not being able to tell the difference between an ad and a,
Well, it's
and a
just
television?
icky, right? To
Yeah,
have a
you-
cigarette commercial when you're watching
But I don't think that was what they
Teletubbies.
weren't concerned about, cigarette commercials.
Well, you're taking advantage of a population that's not able to tell the difference of what's going on. So it's like, hey, we're selling this product to a group of people that don't know that they're being sold to.
Yeah.
But that
So you could say
product
it's
would be,
manipulative.
wouldn't that product be being sold on the TV channel targeted already for children?
Well, what if it's a
Well,
commercial?
you weren't allowed.
What if it's a commercial for bras, Nick? Do you want to show little babies bras, or how about KY jelly?
But I still don't get why it matters. I don't get it.
Well, they didn't. So you just have to think they didn't even have commercials geared towards children. So
Are you anti-children now?
I
We
think
are
I'm just
gonna get canceled.
anti-rules.
You're out.
here.
Yes.
Zach is back in. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
Not
Well-
really. Don't get excited. So tell me. Yeah, what happened?
So the 70s, they start writing rules. We're going to make this a little tighter for these advertisers, kind of explain to them what's going on. So all these advertising firms, all these big corporations, toy companies, food companies, they all gathered together
Okay.
to fight these rules.
Okay.
Because, again, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them making money, right?
So up until this point, they are not allowed to advertise.
They're not allowed.
So we had almost 15 years, give or take, of child programming with no commercials.
No commercials geared towards them.
Right. And we're talking about programs on the main television networks, because there was no Nickelodeon, there was no Cartoon Network.
There's, what, 4 channels, 3 channels?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So an hour of the show is designated to a children's program. You're not going to get any ads.
You're going to get ads, but it's not going to be geared towards them, nor is
Gotcha.
the program going to be something you can go out and purchase.
I gotcha. So there's two camps. Get rid of all ads. Hey, let us at least advertise for something related to children.
So, like, they'd have cartoons, like a Batman cartoon.
Okay.
But a toy company couldn't go and make that Batman.
Aha.
Okay.
Okay.
So, 1980, there was a presidential election.
Are you a fan of that year by chance?
I am. Big
Okay.
fan.
Okay.
Well, we
Just in case we hadn't talked about that.
got a new president. His name was Ronald Reagan. Yes. And so he...
I am not a crook, right?
No, it was
just-
a little bit
Just joking.
after him. This was Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall.
Yeah. Okay.
And so he appointed a new FTC commissioner.
For the record, I
or
know it
whatever.
was Nixon, just so you know.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what's the Nixon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so apparently this new guy was like, "Yeah, we're not going to write any of those rules. Corporations, food companies, toy companies, you can do what you want." And so from there,
See, less rules. Good idea.
less rules. So now there's all this television geared towards children and selling toys. So because of that, we now have G.I. Joe,
Okay.
He-Man, Transformers. These were all things that were on the shelf. A cartoon was made, and of course
The
you're gonna,
cartoon pretty much became an extension of the product.
yes. So it's like
Wow.
a 30-minute commercial.
That sounds awesome.
Right.
Now the corporations, though, they were a little
You capitalist.
They were, yeah.
Whoa.
They were a little scared, like, oh, can we do this? Are parents going to get upset with us? So they would put PSAs at the end of these cartoons, like G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle.
I remember that. Knowing is half the
Yeah,
battle.
and
What does that mean?
Just about drugs are bad for you, and
Yeah.
that knowing that is just half the battle. The
What,
other
are they
half
really
is like,
saying drugs, or are they saying G.I. Joe toys are bad for you?
No, they would. The GI Joe would teach a lesson, and then they would end it with, "Well, and knowing is half the battle."
yeah.
Keep
going.
Look, I'm really sitting over here stewing and struggling with who cares. I don't understand why ads to children, or just ads whatsoever, would be
Because
a problem.
ethically and morally, they just
Yeah.
assume that
But if
it's
the
wrong.
child can't tell the difference, then
Well,
how are you taking advantage of it?
Here's why. Because there's some, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but subconsciously there's something that might happen in a child's head if they're watching a show and all of a sudden they see an advertisement for cigarettes, they see an advertisement for bras, they see an
But
advertisement.
they couldn't tell the difference between. I don't think that was the problem. The problem wasn't it was G.I. Joe TV and then it became cigarettes ads.
Well, initially it was. They were allowed to advertise on these airways without any
But children didn't
restrictions.
understand the difference.
Well, I guess the argument is, at what point can they? Like
Exactly.
A 7-year-old, 8-year-old.
But
might
now
be
you're
able to.
you're having television geared towards them that's going to try to sell them a product. So you have 30 minutes of G.I. Joe,
Look,
you have 30 minutes of Care Bears.
Right. Kids are impressionable. I remember seeing, with 7 years old, the Gushers commercial where the Gusher turned your head into the fruit that you ate, and I was terrified
So you
of
thought
Gushers.
your head would really explode?
I never ate a Gusher. Yes. I was maybe 6. Couldn't even talk yet. So,
Would you eat a Gusher today?
no.
Okay.
It's just,
Maybe we try that. We try it live.
I don't want
Yeah,
to even
do it.
risk. Why risk it? Do we know anyone who's eaten Gushers before? Have you ever seen someone eat a Gusher in front
Do
of
they
you?
still make Gushers?
That's a better question.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they do. Great candy.
Of course Nick
Food.
would know that.
Is it candy? Wait,
No,
is it
it's
candy?
a fruit snack.
It's not fruit.
It's got some element of fruit.
Put Dahlia in here to tell if it's a fruit or not.
We should. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so things changed post-Reagan.
Things changed. So now we have all this boom of entertainment, if you will.
Okay.
Now, and we have these PSAs because, again, these corporations were a little worried.
No, wait. I have one more question.
Yes.
And are these on channels designed for kids to watch?
No, there was none.
Well, I mean, you have
Are
like
you sure?
you have Saturday
Yeah.
morning cartoons
On the major networks.
on the
yes,
main.
yeah.
So like ABC is gonna from I don't know 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. You're gonna watch Care Bears. You're gonna watch Transformers. You're gonna watch GI Joe.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna watch.
So you're already watching. So what were you watching before those became
that
TV shows?
wasn't a thing.
So what was
until
it?
the 80s.
What were the kids watching then?
I think there was some like Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo.
Okay, so they're
Random
already
stuff.
watching cartoons.
However, I couldn't go out and buy a Scooby-Doo.
But why is that bad? Why does that mean bad? I don't get why that's bad.
Because you're now manipulating this again population. It doesn't know
It's
that they're being
manipulation, or is it an
advertised
offer?
to. Look, I hold no stance on this. So let me just put that out there. I'm just playing
Thanks for
devil's
clarifying.
advocate. They're saying this is a population that doesn't know the difference between am I being marketed to right now or am I being entertained?
Yeah, ethically, they probably just say you should be able to discern for yourself whether or not you want to be marketed towards.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to know that I'm essentially being manipulated to buy something right now or not?
that happens when you scroll through Instagram in 2023.
Right now, we're in 2023. Things weren't always like that.
So that it didn't get better then, is my point.
I think it just changed to favor capitalism.
Yeah, and so the question is for y'all, would the 80s that we sit back and remember and have all this nostalgia
Well, Nick doesn't
for-
remember anything
Well,
about the 80s.
yeah, he has no idea.
Yeah.
Never seen a movie in the 80s. Do we go back now and go, yeah, we would still love the 80s like we do, but if Reagan didn't change the rules, so you couldn't advertise, would we still look back at the 80s favorably? Because none of
No
these
way.
cartoons, none
No
of these
way.
things exist.
Reagan especially taken. I mean, I made the joke about, but capitalism took off. I mean, the private market really took off. You have everything became essentially an advertisement. All these shows that you quoted or that you talked about, Transformers, G.I. Joe, etc., none of those get made if there wasn't a push to just sell the toy lines. I think you see a big push in the 80s for product placement in movies. Now we see it as nostalgic. I think we kind of love that. I don't think you get anything that can put us back in that timeline if this doesn't happen. I don't think you get us looking at, oh man, look at McDonald's, look at Burger King in that movie, look how it used to look. Like, that makes me feel like, I watch certain 80s movies and it makes me want a Whopper or a cheeseburger. Back to the Future, when he wakes up and he sees the Burger King wrappers. Like, I'm like, oh, I kind of want Burger King while I watch this movie. Like, I don't know, it creates that feeling.
So if kids can't buy their own toys, explain to me, like, I guess the concern for the advertising directed towards kids to buy toys. Like,
Wait.
what was the problem?
Well, you're going to have now the kids asking mom and dad that have the money, hey, I want Optimus Prime. Go out and buy me Optimus Prime.
It's a transformer.
It's a Transformer.
There you go.
And so that TV show was already on air.
No,
it was
wasn't.
not.
Oh, okay.
So this
but there was Scooby-Doo on air.
There was Scooby-Doo.
But no Scooby-Doo toy.
Exactly.
Right.
So this changed the idea to be able to make toys?
Well, you had toys, but now you could make a cartoon, a story
Which was a giant
surrounding
advertisement for the
Yes.
toy line.
Yeah.
Hasbro killed.
So-
They've cleaned up.
So before this, it was the only toys you could make that was like associated with film or something. It had to be a movie. So movies are out in the
So they
theater
were
for
just-
like 3 months.
So Scooby-Doo was just not allowed to make toys.
No, based on my research here.
Oh.
Which is Wikipedia.
Yeah. yes.
IP really took off in the 80s too. I mean, you have intellectual properties left and right, which came from anything. Didn't have to be a movie, didn't have to be a TV show, and then they created that around it. I mean, you've referenced several toys that became TV shows. So.
That we still watch movies today.
Yeah, that's why the 80s were amazing. Right. We don't need these FTC bastards telling us what we can and cannot watch.
No.
Right. But I do kind of agree that if you're going to advertise on a kids network, it should at least be something geared towards kids.
Right.
So-
I don't think that was never
Like,
different.
Cereal. The cereal boom. Big cereal.
Yeah, big cereal.
If you turn on a kids network now, not that I watch it anymore, I didn't tell you if I did. I remember the cereal commercials left and right.
Well, I think that's more of a problem.
No, not
because
for the companies.
Well, I guess my point is like making a TV show to sell a toy is not as big a problem as having a commercial to sell a sugary product.
But now you can put Optimus Prime, you can put a Care Bear on the cereal box. So not only is it like, oh, I love the Care Bears. Now I'm at the store and I see Care Bears on this sugary sweet, and I'm like, gotta have it.
Zach,
Mom,
do you
Mom.
you feel like Care Bear?
I care. I think I've only seen like one Care Bear movie or whatever.
Sure.
It's pretty trippy.
Sure.
It's a little beyond me as a kid.
I think we would hate the 80s if this didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying.
We'd hate
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a group of old men that like are obsessed with Care Bears? Oh no, that's ponies. My
Little Pony.
Little Pony.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
Aren't you the leader?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's ponies and pocket squares.
Pony.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm searching My Little Ponies grown
You shouldn't
men
do that.
into
Yeah, don't do
you
that.
gotta be careful there.
Nope. Burn the laptop.
They're called bronies. Fans are usually adult men.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so
Bronies.
weird.
Bronies.
Anyway, so thank you, Zach, for educating us. It sounds like TV and advertising in general really benefited from. Well, it depends on how you look at it.
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Right.
Devil's advocate, you play both sides.
If you're a commercialist, that's not the word.
Capitalist.
Capitalist.
Yeah,
and love
you'd be
commercialism.
really into this if you're into protecting children and not manipulating them to buy products.
Unlike Nick,
who's just like, here, I'll watch all the commercials.
Right.
Your kid only watches commercials, right? You don't even show them.
Yeah, we just have
just
commercials on reruns.
of bras,
Yeah.
and I keep saying,
No bras.
I don't think I've ever seen bras.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen one in a
I
long
mean,
time.
look, this is here's a funny example of why I think that the rules before Reagan stepped in and changed it is silly anyway. We were at the grocery store with my son. He likes dinosaurs, okay? He just likes dinosaurs. We have plush dinosaurs.
Most
we have
kids
toy
do.
dinosaurs,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's not because he saw it on TV. We give him toys and he knows that they're called dinosaurs. We're walking through Publix.
Okay.
And he sees in the water aisle also has like coolers and like stuff you can use outside, right? Umbrellas, chairs, right? That's what they do at Publix. And he walks over and he grabs a box off the shelf. It's this kind of rather large box, and on it is a 6-foot-tall inflatable dinosaur that shoots water out of its nose connected to a sprinkler.
Gotta have it.
There was no commercial. There was nothing attached to that. He
Yeah.
just wanted to buy it
It's a
because it had
nice
a dinosaur.
isolated-
But let me ask you, did you buy it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it had nothing to do with whether he saw it on TV.
Yeah, but that's not the argument here. The argument is it going to push products forward if you put them on television?
Oh, well, who cares? My point is that that kids are going to make these choices. They're going to nag
Right.
their parents anyway.
But here's the other thing that you're forgetting. As Zach mentioned, you weren't able to put Scooby-Doo on products. So how do you sell that IP?
Well, this was a generic dino.
Right. But how do you sell the IP is what I'm trying to say. You can't. Now you can. Post-Reagan.
I think
you
that was stupid. Why not make it a toy? What if
don't know.
adults
Well,
want it?
and that's
what
what-
if the plushie
Some
boy? What are
adults
they
love
called? The
toys.
pony
That's
boys?
what Reagan
Bronies.
said. This is
Bronies.
stupid. Let's
Right.
let's
Some people love Legos.
yeah.
Zach, we'll have you
Legos
on
are
for
fun.
your Lego obsession.
do
later time.
love a Lego.
Yeah, we'll have you on later
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Because I know you have a really specific Instagram for Legos.
I do. Yep.
And you eat them.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I stomp on them.
Are you allowed to eat Legos?
You can. They always don't come out the same.
What if they made Lego candy and then kids watched it and then tried to eat Legos and then
They do
swallowed
make Lego
choked?
candy. That's a lawsuit we should look into.
That
Probably.
is.
All right, guys. Wow, what a heated exchange.
Yeah,
Nick, calm down.
It got real.
For those of you listening, Nick is now shirtless trying to fight us. Like,
I took his shirt off and I see a Reagan tattoo.
is that a
Yes.
Reagan tattoo?
It's his face on my chest.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Look,
wow.
I mean, I just,
Big fan of the Reags.
Reaganomics?
Reaganomics. Actually, fun fact, that is the word Reagan combined with economics.
Whoa.
Wow.
I know.
That's so cool.
See? The
Trickle
more you
down.
Know,
Is that-
the more you know.
Is that
Trickle
because you have a
down.
pocket square? You know
And
these
knowing
things?
is half the battle.
Oh, my God. We're not,
G.I. Joe.
don't do this. We're not done here. Don't
Breaking
point at
the fourth
camera.
wall.
Yeah, stop breaking the
I'm
fourth
sorry.
wall.
I didn't even point at the camera. I'm seeing. I pointed at Cole.
But that leads to our final pit stop for the evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're listening to it. That's Power Rank Jacks. And today we're going to power rank, we're going to get into the definition of the word here. But I said power rank cafes, and Nick has pointed out
What is a cafe?
exactly. Now, I want to tell you why I chose that. Not because Zach isn't a bar frequenter. Is that correct?
I don't frequent bars. No.
You frequent coffee shops.
I actually, yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep.
my obsession for coffee shops stemmed from the 90s, all right?
Okay.
And Friends. And
right.
this
Central
past
Park.
weekend, tragic news, Matthew Perry passed away. And thoughts and prayers for his loved ones. Chandler was like my idol, okay? He still kind of is. But Central Perk was the ideal coffee shop to me. It was comfortable. It was cozy. You got together with your friends.
Everybody
That's
drink
the-
black coffee.
Exactly. That's the name of the show. And so I'm like, you know what? Perfect time to do top cafes,
Perfect.
coffee shops. Now, Nick had a good question, though.
Well,
Is
you
it-
started naming coffee shops, and I was like,
Cafe and coffee shop synonymous, right?
well, I don't think so.
What do you guys think here?
Well, to bring in another '90s show, Seinfeld, the coffee shop.
It's a diner!
They got coffee and food.
But
all
it's
the time.
funny!
So are all coffee shops cafes?
No.
Or all cafes coffee shops?
Yes.
I think you got it backwards.
I think every cafe serves coffee.
What if they don't?
They do.
Are they then not a cafe?
Cafe means coffee in
I-
Italian.
Or any other Latin language?
You're so white. But coffee shops don't all have food. FUD. Like there's
Is that how you say it in Italian?
Yeah, wow.
Food, FUD. There's like pop-up standalone coffee shops, like drive-through coffee shops, drive-bys. They call
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Isn't that what it,
Yeah, that's a drive-by
Wait, so would
for
you
sure.
call Starbucks a cafe or a coffee shop?
I would call it a coffee shop, but some people would call it a cafe because they have FUD.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of FUD.
Okay, so all coffee shops.
In fact, Elmer FUD, it means Elmer food, which is Elmer's glue, which you can eat. See what I did there?
Wow, you shouldn't
Yeah.
eat that much glue.
Full circle.
We'll let the audience decide on the different
Just don't put an Elmer's glue commercial on right now because all the kids will go eat
Yeah,
it.
look, I need.
Well, if you put
I
a-
need the glue. Buy the glue.
If you put a Polly Pocket or what is it? My Little Pony.
I don't think it's
Pony.
called Polly Pocket's definitely not it.
Freudian
Yeah.
slip. I don't play with Polly Pockets.
Do they?
Zach makes the Legos interact with the Polly
Oh yeah. Do you have your ponies with the polys?
Yes, they ride on them.
Okay.
I call them Polly Ponies.
We should really check into this guy, Cole.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have them right. That's why there's no pocket square. I got my Polly
We're
Pockets tucked in.
gonna hang on to that computer
Yeah.
when we're done with this.
All right. Well, let's do cafe/coffee shops, but it's got to be a coffee shop. Okay, you can't do one of my favorite spots for a Sammy. That's what I call sandwiches.
Wow.
European Street Cafe. Sure, they might have coffee, but they're not a coffee shop. They're more of a bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got like a bar vibe in there.
Well,
So even a place that has the name cafe is not a cafe or is a cafe?
it is not. So the word cafe comes from cafeteria, which is
means
Italian.
cafeteria?
All right. It doesn't mean cafeteria. Actually, it does.
I thought that's what Akel's means.
It's a restaurant in which
Cafeteria.
customers serve themselves. That's not the right
What'd you
definition.
Google?
Let's just do. I Alta Vista'd it. Let's just do.
Ask Jeeves, what's a
let's
cafe?
dive in here, Zach. Actually, Cole, you know what? I'm not going to take your power away from you. I don't want to take that.
Thank you. That's nice to hear. I
Yeah.
don't like my power being taken.
Well, with that attitude, I'm going to take it from you, Nick. Why don't you start?
I'll start.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick my favorite coffee shop / cafe, whatever that means. It's actually near us. We go there all the time. Urban Grind.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with calling it a cafe
Why did you say that? I'm comfortable.
because it's a hard word to say.
Like Kermit the Frog.
Well, you could say comfortable,
comfortable.
right? Or comfortable.
Comfortable.
It's tough.
Yeah, you're
Why are
comfortable.
you making fun of my speech?
I like Urban Grind.
It's a pocket square. That's it. They have food and coffee and other drinks. It's a great place. It could be called Urban Cafe, but it's not. So
Yeah, but it's called grind.
Meaning,
You're on the grind.
like dancing.
Like, oh, I'm on the grind. Downtown, I'm on the grind.
Oh,
but
on
also
the
like grinding the
grind.
coffee beans.
Oh, you think so?
Or maybe like a discotheque, like grinding. Grinding up
I
a
think
dance.
it's all of those things.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Skateboarding,
Hoverboards,
Skateboarding.
yeah.
Back to the Future.
Grind the rails.
It could
But-
be an 80s.
Can you grind on a hoverboard?
No.
Let's not tangent that.
But no, it's good. My favorite thing is I always go with a caramel macchiato,
Macchiato.
and it's hot. It's yummy.
You got me
And
on the smoothie kick there.
The smoothies are good.
Should I tell my smoothie story
I
about
think you should.
the one employee
It's
who
a
was
little embarrassing,
a little
but
attitudey with me?
yeah.
Uh-oh. With you?
She was flirting with you, you just didn't notice.
She was not flirting. She might have been.
He ordered a straw nana smoothie,
Straw nana smoothie.
which means,
I'll
what do you
tell
think
it.
straw nana means?
Nana?
Yeah.
Strawberry banana.
No, I thought it was your grandmother with a straw.
Straw.
Right.
Okay.
No. So the day before, I had ordered straw nana, and I asked the girl, "Is it non-dairy?" Because the stomach. I didn't have any peppermints.
Yeah.
To ease my stomach.
I wasn't with you. I would have
Right.
immediately.
And she said, "Oh, we just use. It's like already pre-made. We just add ice." Is what she told me. You were there. You remember she
I
said
can
that.
vouch that happened.
The next time I asked for order it, I asked the girl, I'm like, "Can you put like a banana in there, like an actual banana?" And she says, "Yeah, it's
It's called
yeah."
straw nana.
She essentially said, "Yeah, guy, my guy,
My guy.
it's called straw nana. It has a banana." And I'm attempting to explain to her that the day before they told me it was like a juice product.
And I poured fire on it. What does it say? Gaslight?
Yeah. You
Yes,
poured
yeah.
gas on the fire.
Yeah.
I was back a few feet, and I was like, "Do you want strawberries in it too?"
So I'm trying to track what you were trying to do. You're trying
Add
to
an
get
extra banana.
You want more nana.
I did no. I didn't know they added any nana. I thought it was just the already pre-made nana. So I'm like, can you add a real nana in there? BANANAS. This smoothie is banana.
Yeah. So the day before there was nana, but you wanted more nana.
No.
And that's what you asked
Yeah,
for.
you wanted a straw nana.
Yeah, straw nana.
Are you dense? Did you not just follow? The day before they said
I have no
it.
idea what's
Yeah, it's
happening.
all right. It's a good smoothie. You should try it.
It was good.
The nana.
I'm gonna have to explain this further to you.
You might need to write it out for me.
Yeah. Maybe I will, Mr. 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah. Okay.
Pen to paper, my friend.
On a composite notebook.
All right. So urban grind.
That's very
Hey,
easy.
that's good.
Yeah, you like that?
All right, so Cole, I'm gonna give it back to you because I kind of felt bad I took your power and you had watery eyes.
Yeah, I got thick skin. I'm all right.
Yeah, well, just kidding. I'm gonna take it back then. This can go in circles. Just tell us who's going next.
Fine. Zachary.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go with Grounds of Grace. It's a coffee shop.
Owned by a woman named Grace.
No, it's actually run by a good friend of mine, Mr. Armstrong, Ron Armstrong. Shout out to him. Great coffee. I usually get a iced vanilla latte.
Oh,
good.
latte.
Yeah. And it's a great shop. Supports a good cause here in
It
Jacksonville.
is because you like it.
Exactly.
Mr.
So-
Armstrong, does he have any relation to Lance Armstrong? Live strong.
Live strong.
That's right. Over 15 years. He's a cheater. Good cause though.
You're wearing a Livestrong band.
Well, the Live Strong, the cancer research and stuff still exists, like the foundation. So,
sure.
and I bet you feel really good about yourself.
No, I'm just explaining to the people who aren't watching.
Oh, okay. But yes, Mr. Armstrong, this coffee shop. Tell us about it. Like, how did it start? Like, it was a food truck type thing, right?
Yeah, well, it started out, I think it was like in a bus. And so
it was a buffet.
it is.
Is that a cafe? What does that mean?
Well, you know what a buffet is.
It was unlimited.
Is it
coffee.
buffet?
It was very sheltered.
Is a buffet that sells coffee a cafe?
It's a buffet. Oh shoot, wait.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It's a cafet.
Oh,
Or it's where they have fun.
a buffet. you go.
Sorry, Zach.
But yeah, I mean, I think he had a bus. He would ride around, serve the coffee. It became so popular that he got a storefront,
Like the ice cream man.
just like the
The
ice
coffee
cream
man on a bus.
Coffee man in a bus.
I don't
like
know
my
if
coffee.
he would do the little noise, the jingle, like the ice cream man.
Come over to here, kids.
Yeah, I wonder
get
how
your
the
hot
ice
coffee.
cream man falls into the whole FTC
Oh, don't get me
advertising to
started.
children.
Let's not go
SpongeBob
back.
had a lollipop. He had ice cream. You could eat SpongeBob back in the
Oh
day.
yeah,
I
you still
know.
can.
And
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse, I think
Yeah.
had one.
Yeah, they flew under the radar.
Yeah. This place looks really cool. Grounds of Grace. What does it support? Do you know?
It supports. Ron is in charge of a organization called Sponsored by Grace, and I don't want to butcher the whole mission plan.
So just stop here.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think they support local kids in the community and provide many different ways of support through education, funding, jobs.
Keeping him away from advertising at an early age.
I was just going to say that.
I stole your joke.
Yeah.
I'm the aggressive one over here today.
Yeah, well, once you get a pocket square, we'll talk.
Yeah. You actually look like the capitalist today.
I am. I did.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you capitalize today?
I capitalized so hard. All right, Grounds of Grace.
Grounds of Grace.
You get a latte.
Iced.
Well, guess what? Thanks a latte for that answer. Well, mine, can I go next? Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm going to go with just a traditional coffee shop. They have food, so it might be a cafe. Bold Bean?
Bold Bean.
Yes.
Bold choice.
Thank you. It's in a bold city. I think that's where they got the name.
Wow.
Bold Bean Coffee, my favorite location, is actually
near the house.
In the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's Beach, which is, about a 41-mile bike ride from my beach house. And it's actually aesthetically nothing like what my ideal coffee shop should look like. We're dim lighting, comfortable seating. It's natural lighting, but they have the I said iron cast chairs, like the metal chairs.
Yeah.
It's not very comfortable, but
it's modern.
Right.
Yeah.
It's relaxing. It's hip. A lot of hipsters. I'll put some dew in there.
Yeah.
Like Mountain Dew?
Froth it. Yeah, put some Mountain Dew in there.
Yeah.
And we can grind the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds very 80s of you.
Very 80s.
Yeah.
So I like going. I went not too long ago. I played some chess with my dad.
Wow.
Who won?
We just go. He won. I actually blew it.
Yeah,
I had it set up to win.
You're kind of bad at chess.
Well, okay.
Did you have the little clock thing?
Didn't have the clock thing. Most amateurs don't.
What do you order?
I get a black coffee. An
Wow.
Americano. Sometimes a little, maybe a pour
You can put some
over.
hot water in it. Ooh, yum.
Yeah, and I drink it like a man. And
Puts hair on your chest.
I grit it. Yeah. No, I love coffee, so it's great.
Yeah.
They don't have straw ananas there, but they have great bagels, which coming from a New Yorker means a lot.
Right.
Yeah, they got this. They have some good butter, which is butter. So it's like cinnamon butter.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
good.
Makes it a cafe.
Sometimes I rub it on my skin. Just lick it for later.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that glow on you from the cinnamon.
You thought I was a Cullen.
Yeah.
It's a Twilight reference.
That's a Twilight reference.
Yeah. Wow.
That was
So-
not a movie in the 80s.
No.
Sadly, it was not.
It would probably be so much better in the 80s.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, awesome, Zach. Thanks for coming on the show.
Love
You've
being here.
Begged us to get on.
Please.
And hope to have you back
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Easy.
I know more than just decades.
Well,
We'll
let the listeners decide. But yeah, thanks for listening. Subscribe. Go to YouTube. Do what you need to do. And we'll see you next week. We're getting last question, actually, Zach. Now that Halloween is come and gone, are you a jump into the Christmas season right away guy, or do you fit Thanksgiving in there?
We do Thanksgiving hard, but we do Christmas right November 1st, right when it starts.
Oh, you're the worst.
Because
You are
and
the
here's why.
worst.
You have the time change coming. So it gets dark at 3:30. So
Okay,
the
dramatic.
best part of rolling
When does the
up-
time change happen?
I think it happens this weekend.
Oh, no.
Or next weekend. So the best part is rolling up to your house and you're seeing your Christmas tree.
Yeah,
And so you're
then
in the
neighbor's
spirit.
like, look at that weird guy. It's November 4th.
Do you dress the tree in Thanksgiving stuff? Or do you put,
No.
So you're eating Thanksgiving turkey with the Christmas tree?
Yeah. We're thankful for the Christmas tree.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, full circle.
You know what? You are the worst.
This should just end
Full
now.
circle.
You're an
Before we anger everybody.
anti-Thanksgiver. Okay. Thanks for listening. Hopefully, hopefully we can get Zach back on and talk more about his hatred for Thanksgiving. It sounds like, and then we can go from there. Thank you for listening to Podcastville, you guys. We hope you learned a lot. We're thoroughly entertained along the way, and that you will be coming back for more. Remember, you can find us pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. You can subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Music. Heck, we're even on YouTube. Go to Instagram, MySpace. I don't care. You can find us. We're there. And remember, if you or someone you know have been injured, reach out to Farah and Farah.